I think it's fair to say that the weapon durability system is one of the most controversial aspects of both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Over the years, I've seen countless people complain that this one mechanic ruins an otherwise great experience. It is often described as annoying, overcomplicated, and unbalanced. However, today, I'm going to argue that, in fact, the weapon durability system is a fantastically designed part of these games. Yes, you heard me right. I will admit straight away that the system can be annoying. Of course it can. In the heat of the battle, having your weapons break can add immense frustration. However, I think the pros of the durability system outweigh the cons. Firstly, it encourages you to try out other ways of damaging enemies. Why would I ever make a zonite contraption if I had infinite durability? For fun, sure, but from a mechanical standpoint it would be sort of useless. I would never have had the incentive to make crazy machines if the weapon durability system was non-existent. Next, it teaches you to play smart. Previous Zelda games struggled with combat in my opinion. The difficulty of the games would come from the puzzles, not the combat. I rarely ever die. I attribute this largely to the absence of any sort of check against the player. In those games, strategy was rarely needed, just spam B and win. The spin attack in particular was just crazy overpowered. It would devolve into just mindless spamming. The durability system removes this cheat code. You actually have to think during battle. If you just start hacking and slashing, your weapons will break. This is a breath of fresh air. It's not too challenging, but it's certainly more challenging than previous Zelda games. It also balances Link's arsenal a lot more. The shield used to be overpowered in previous games. You could literally block any attack infinitely. Skyward Sword somewhat fixed this, but it's now fully balanced. You can't just hold up your shield forever, it'll break. Fuse is also a great addition to the system. Fusing gives added durability and damage, and it allows you to strategize what the best things are for your weapon. You can choose high damage fusions such as Gibdo Bones that break instantly, or lower damage fusions like Boko Horns that last for longer. I'll touch on this point further a bit later. These 2 points combined make combat so much more engaging than previous Zeldas. I will now address some specific arguments that people have against the durability system. Firstly, there is the argument that it feels oppressive because there is a possibility that you may have no weapons. Sure, this can be true. If you somehow manage to break all of your weapons, you may be left stranded. However, the system has 3 failsafes to protect against this, which in my opinion invalidate this concern. Firstly, there are Korok seeds. I find that by upgrading my inventory just a couple of times, I'm practically guaranteed to never run out. Secondly, there is the Master Sword, a weapon that will always regenerate. And lastly, there are the remote bombs in Breath of the Wild and the Earthwave technique from Tears of the Kingdom. These both will always do damage even if you have no weapons on you, so the argument that you will be left stranded is baseless. Secondly, there is the argument that it incentivizes hoarding of weapons. Again, this has some merit. I often find myself reluctant to use my OP weapons in fear that I won't be able to get them back again. However, there are also failsafes to protect against this. The Blood Moon will regenerate a lot of weapons, so your amazing gear has a chance to respawn. And then, there are the weapon stands in your house. In my previous video, I complained about the Dream Home greatly, but the functionality of the weapon stand rooms themselves cannot be disputed. These 2 ways both allow the preservation of fancy weapons, alleviating this concern. And lastly, there is the concern that is just annoyingly harsh. As in, weapons break too quickly, and it quickly becomes infuriating. I categorically disagree on this point. I feel that weapons degrade at a suitable rate, and that it isn't annoying in any way. It adds a level of challenge to the game, but it's never felt oppressive to me. Weapons with higher durability or durability up bonuses are made worth it by this system, and it allows you the freedom to choose your playstyle. Go with high damage, low durability weapons, or lower damage, higher durability weapons. It creates an environment where you can choose and strategize how you want to play. In my opinion, this is a huge deal, and gives the game a huge level of depth, complexity, and difficulty. In my opinion, the weapon durability system is overhated. I understand the frustrations many have. Believe me, I played these games long enough to have been frustrated, but the whole debate over durability has always felt a bit out of place. It's a core of the game design. Without it, it wouldn't be the same. And that's it. What do you think of the weapon durability system? Do you hate it, or do you think it's necessary for the game to function? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.